comes first, and the problem of farming, and definition of the implementation where it needs, and also basing on this, what is the research need, and how this research should be of pure tactical and strategical. And then we can come to the implementation phase. So three phases are involved in this, that is problem definition phase, research phase, and implementation phase. So whenever we want to go for an IPM, there is an three phases we have to be involving in them to solve the problem. Here, so the in the problem definition phase, we will discuss about the four methodologies in the problem definition phase. That is problem identification, problem of farming, definition of implementation needs, and definition of research needs. Then comes the research phase. After collecting that particular thing, we will go for the research phase. And in the research phase, what we will be establishment of an appropriate research organizational structure for this particular thing. And also in the research phase, we come across the tactical and strategical way of implementation. And in the implementation phase, third phase is the implementation phase. If at all we are going to implement that particular strategies, first one is re-evaluation of the implementation needs is a must. Farmer evaluation is a must. Implementation analysis is a must. And implementation strategy is very important. So four things are involved in the implementation phase. That is re-evaluation of implementation needs, farmer evaluation, implementation analysis, and implementation strategy. So in these three phases, we can give the development of IPM program that these things can be worked out on a stepwise mannered way. So we can go for an implementation phase. So whenever this, wherever when we talk about the problem definition phase, the need to identify the key process and variables and provide a synthesis what is already known to determine the exactly the pest management program, what it should be developed. And here we will be uh, talking about the important role of construction of a conceptual model of the problem. So that is occur and this was solved. Then we will go to the research phase where we have to go for the highly appropriate uh, of promoting innovative specialist projects within a single discipline and suitable objectives for that multidisciplinary research effort. And we also have a very uh, organizational structure towards our goal. It is an very important. And once the goal we set for this particular pest management, then we can go for the implementation phase. Like if we come to an result in and separate solutions to a number of related problems, and the objectives have been very expertise way we have solved it. Then we can go for the implementation phase. In the implementation phase, we will be seeing that farmers' participation, very experienced training and attention to individual field conditions, and they should not be beyond the capabilities of most farmers. And we see that there should be an most of their time and energy uh, aspect is considered to increase the crop production. And even when we come to the farmer has to be have an solving the problem and bringing about the positive change more effectively following this particular methodology what we have been concluded in the research phase. And here we will say that the experimental work and innovative approach what the farmer is first approaching. Yeah, whenever if we take the example in our India or Indonesia, they have been divided into small groups and to analyze the field situation and the key factors of controlling the pest. And there will be an very important that that all small groups of farmers to integrate and practice these particular skills and the knowledge which has been given as an trainers, and they should utilize that opportunity and evaluate that particular usage of technology in what way it is increasing the production. And this uh, application of IPM methodology will be a low pest control expenditures, and these farmers should obtain the higher yield is our target. And this particular way of implementation fees we will be expecting. And secondly, in order to IPM program should be successful means it must be followed by most of the farmers in that geographical area. Not a single farmer uh, is being trained or having a knowledge of that particular IPM doesn't work out. So ideally, all farmers may adopt it to this IPM program voluntarily. Then it will be an yeah, the success of the program will be more in the way of evaluation. And thirdly, the importance and benefits of pesticides should be of very what administ- administrators, agricultural scientists, and planners should be involved. Then this IPM information will be successively reached to the people, and then um, we can achieve our goal by this framework implementation of the whatever the framework of IPM program we have been implementing. So when we talk about the need of what is the specialist knowledge and abilities and skills what a farmer needed is the most important one when we come to the conclusion. and even the individual research groups what we have made in cropping systems to control the pest management. So that should of very strategically work on the exclusive reliance on the insecticide uh, removal, and creating the ecological and environmental friendly production of the crop. And this integrated pest management based on the ecological principles is the most attractive alternative way what we have been discussing. And this particular IPM, when we come to the conclusion, like when we come to the, like if at all we take the even in the animal genetic resources, or how they have developed the particular hybridization methodology, here also this limitation of this particular IPM method of usage on different crops should be of more formulated efforts way. It should be intensified so that this intensification will be helpful for the implementation of the IPM programs in more uh, efficient way by the farmers. So at last, what we come to the conclusion that these insecticides, whatever we were using in earlier days, can be of very low usage come to the, that is insecticide resistant management IRM. So we can the integral programs methodology for monitoring of insect pests and natural enemies needs to be refined to obtain more accurate information, so that the development of mathematical models will help in predicting the outbreaks of important pests. So this, what I want to say is, whenever we are monitoring any insect pest and it's the natural enemies needs to be refined, we should have an accurate information about that. Then only we can develop a mathematical models in predicting this particular important pest will be accurate. So here we say that the role of allelochemicals and other substances in insect blood interactions need to be studied. In case of different insect pests also, we will using the involving the phytophagous insects and the host plants, and we also making an effort of increasing the effectiveness of the this particular natural enemies, how they are being attacking. And in this way, we are developing of technology for mass production of promising parasitoids. So this is most important thing what we have been uh, giving an importance, that development of technology for mass production of promising parasitoids, predators, and pathogens is essential for this particular scale utilization of IPM. So, the need is that the farmers should be convinced of the benefits of IPM programs so that these are implemented in true letter and spirit way of innovation. So the further this particular innovations of farmers will help in this participation of farmers will help in the training can help in to overcome many of the implementation of the this particular IPM program. So this what the way of strategy should not be left in an final phases of research. So it should be uh, considered as a problem formulation and then continually readdressed throughout the phase, and then only we can come to the point of implementation that many pest management programs can be successful. So this way of implementation is very, very important in making the research phase very useful. And there are three corrections what we make, like the in utilization of these particular concept. Very important thing that is for the what we were talking about. This was first DDT, whatever was uh, been utilizing since 1940s and 50s. Immediately, it has been effect, but now we come to an conclusion that use of toxic chemicals for the control of pests increased tremendously during the green revolution era, and this must not be of what we realize that chemicals were not biologically degradable, so they are not only persisted in the environment but also become concentrated through the food chains. So using chemicals and what we was of consciousness to minimize the pollution hazards. So the scientists have been recommending this particular of IPM programs must be more successful in the future in future. Any questions? So any questions you want to ask related to the topic? Yes. Any questions like based on the pesticide use and management? Did you understood or once more you want any revision of the topic of any side headings like that? Check. అక్కడ మా మమ్మీకి
Yes, madam. Repeat the headings once.
repeat the headings. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like when we talk about the introduction, we say that the integrated pest management, how the impact of this has been there from 1920s. Even the discovery of insecticide like DDT was being discovered in 1940s and 50s. So we are been using this particular insecticides. Uh, Unfortunately, that was useful earlier, but coming to the um, more of the years, that usage has been more implemented, and this insecticides has been a very we come to the conclusion that it should be minimize the pollution hazards, and chemicals should be usage should be reduced. And so now present the scientists recommend that pests should be controlled by integrating the usage of biological agents. So this was our main target, that minimize the pollution hazards. Pests should be controlled by integrating the use of biological agents with the use of insecticides. And here we say that how the concept can be uh, written for this is most important thing, that what is a pest management, and what is a uh, what is the definition we can write for this thing is the most important way of writing the concept. So in the concept, we will write about blending of biological control agents with chemical control measures is what we are uh, um, using as an protective population management in controlling the pest management. So this will be like the IPM will be of different ways were given by the different scientists like Smith, Pedigo, Dhaliwal. These were the scientists which were they are been giving the series of phases in evolution of IPM programs. And these phases we will give in 6 phases: single tactic phase, multiple tactic phase, biological monitoring phase, modeling phase, management or optimization phase, or system implementation phase. These 6 phases we will be discussing in this particular topic. And when we talk about the retrospect and prospective prospect of this particular goals, diversity, what is our target, and what is our research goal. And we also talk about the concept of injury levels, and also the the we can be discussing about the this thing like where we will come to the development of IPM program can be done in three phases. That is problem definition phase, where problem definition phase of will have the four uh, phases. Mainly we will be discussing on the problem definition phase, research phase, and the implementation phase. And then we come to the frame of IPM program, how that skills within and broader scientific way of framework, how we can implement this particular knowledge. And uh, then in this particular thing, we will be talking about the second phase, third phase, and how the fourth phase will be the good fundamental management will be there in the fourth phase, and different levels of motivation, innovation, and decision making will be coordinated among the farmers. And in the conclusion, we will give that this IPM program will be very essential component based on the concept what we will be discussing with the rapid development of insecticide resistance, and widespread occurrence of multiple and cross resistance of insecticide resistance. So this uh, program methodology for monitoring of insect pests and natural enemies that we refine to obtain the more accurate information, so that we can make an development of mathematical models in predicting the outbreaks of the important pests. Okay.
Madam, can you
Uh,
please share this IPM
yeah,
also slides
definitely, I
in
will
the group,
share.
madam?
You, I will underline the important points and share you the PDF in the
Yes, ma'am.
group. Okay.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
ఏదో వ్యక్తి కొంచెం దాని మంచిది అడిగి చాలా ప్రాబ్లం కదా అవన్నీ దానికి ఏదైనా కొంచెం ఐస్మెంట్ ఏం కాదు మేడం ఆ ఐస్మెంట్ అది పెట్టుకోలేము అది హాఫ్ లీటర్ కూడా రాదు మీకు 1 లీటర్ బాటిల్ రాదు ఏదైనా అవుతుందా వర్క్ తెచ్చి కలిపి చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది మీకు అట్లేం కానీ సైడ్ తెలుసుకునేటట్టుగా ఇటు రాదు మళ్ళీ అది నువ్వు పని చేయి నీకు 10 రూపాయలు ఎక్కువ సొంత బిల్ అయ్యా నాకు ఇన్సైడ్ వస్తారా చూడు మెజర్మెంట్ ఫస్ట్ మెజర్మెంట్ అది ఓపెన్ చేయండి లోపల ఇది సరిపోతుంది మరి ఇది అయిపోతే కొంచెం మనం చేయలేము ఇక్కడ వరకు వస్తాయి మరి సరిపోతుందా కోవేసి కోసే కోస్తే సిమెంటింగ్ చేసి గట్టు సన్నగా చేసుకోవచ్చు గట్టు సన్నగా చేసుకోవచ్చు చేసుకోవచ్చు దానికి ఏం లేదు గట్టి